It's Liverpool's Premier League title to win, 8 points clear, top of the table, a side full of confidence, a side full of determination. They had to fight hard against Southampton. Of course, Liverpool should be beating this Southampton side 10 times out of 10, but Southampton did put in some good performances, moving the ball very, very sharply, and actually Liverpool had to come from a 2-2 position to get back into a winning position. It was absolutely fundamental. They did that with Man City losing, and obviously Man City playing Liverpool on the weekend, which could be the final nail in the coffin in the Premier League title race. At the end of the video, I'll break down that game a little bit and maybe do a mini preview of what could happen. But in this video, we're going to break down all the goals, some analysis from the match. We have to talk about my guy, Mohamed Salah. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. Every game he's contributing goals and assists. A little bit lucky maybe in this game in terms of how bad Southampton were. But make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. The first thing I have to say is that this Liverpool side, before we get into all the goals, the way they managed the final 20 minutes of the game, obviously it shows determination, it shows belief. Sunday league sides have that. I mean, every football side can show belief at different points. And if you're fighting for the biggest title in the world, in my opinion, the Premier League, you're obviously going to show determination, but there's a little bit more than that. It was a little bit more kind of controlled and patient determination, moving the ball very, very quick. Gravenberch had a very, very good game today, moving it quickly. Conor Bradley, I thought, was exceptional on the right-hand side. So was Salah. They kept knocking on the door, and eventually exposed the weakness that Southampton obviously have, being one of the worst sides the Premier League's ever seen. And defensively speaking, it was absolutely embarrassing how that started off. The first goal, Dominic Szoboszlai, 30 minutes in. The keeper and the mix-up between the three centre-backs. He's trying to play the ball out. Alex McCarthy. I can't believe he's still really a Premier League keeper. He's nowhere near good enough, is he? Nowhere near good enough. McCarthy gives the ball away. I think Southampton are kind of forgiven a little bit. Liverpool had a chance, and then it gets bounced back to Szoboszlai just on the edge of the box, and he buries it with his left foot. And you just think they're giving away so many beautiful chances to the most ferocious and aggressive Liverpool side we've seen in many, many years. And it's almost embarrassing. And it undoes so much of the good work that Southampton did in the game, because moving the ball very, very quick, Southampton were able to get at Liverpool, attack Liverpool a little bit, especially around the sides as well. It wasn't enough to win the game, but you have to say Southampton had the best performance in like a Premier League game going forward that they've had all season. Obviously, the penalty from Adam Armstrong putting a lot of pressure on the Liverpool back line. It's saved from the keeper, and then he prods it home. And then you have to give massive credit to Southampton, who stretched the game. They make it 2-1 in the second half. It's a beautiful, well-worked goal down Southampton's right-hand side. The ball gets played diagonal across into Armstrong. He plays it back into Fernandes, and it's a great finish on his left foot. And you think Southampton under Russell Martin have displayed moments of unbelievable quality with the ball. They look like a snug side, a lot of, well, relatively speaking, a lot of quality going forward, of course. And then they go absolutely crazy defensively. I mean, it's so cataclysmically bad. It's almost embarrassing watching it as a football fan. It's like, what are they doing? They have this weird kind of lack of communication in the back line. Obviously, the first goal they concede to Szoboszlai is trying to play out from the back. Yet again, they're not learning week in, week out. It is really an embarrassment to the Premier League establishment, the way that Southampton are representing themselves in the league defensively. I really do think it is. And then Salah's first goal, 65 minutes in, the ball gets lofted over the top, and there's a lack of communication between McCarthy and Taylor Harwood-Bellis, I think it is. And it just gets rolled into the back of the net from Salah's almost first touch that leads into the net. It's two of the worst goals you're ever going to see defensively. It just sort of makes you think, if you're teaching, so it's like kamikaze defending. It's just like, do these guys want to stay in the league? Is there no fear factor? I mean, it's almost deluded. They're living in a fantasy. They're living in Narnia. They're moving through the wardrobe into this world where they're not even caring about conceding goals. Because moving forward, again, the way they split Liverpool open, defensively speaking, was exceptional, really. The second goal for Southampton was exceptional. But then they throw it all away. It's crazy. Salah gets yet another goal or an assist. People are going to say it's not the cleanest finish in the world, but he's there. He's thereabouts. And here's the crucial moment that separates Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City at the moment. it is this ferocity and this kind of aggression to keep putting on pressure over and over again. You've got to have the players to be able to do it, and they move the ball very, very well. The balls around the corner from Curtis Jones, from Ryan Gravenberch, they were very, very good today. Dominic Szoboszlai as well. They played the ball over the top in the final 20 minutes to an extent where Southampton were so flat, they were so deep in their own box, they didn't know what to do, and obviously they give away the penalty as well. Smashed home by Mohamed Salah. We are looking at the greatest right winger in the history of the Premier League, in my opinion. The consistency, the amount of goals. He might end up scoring more goals than Sergio Aguero, the greatest foreign player in the history of Premier League football. The goals and the numbers just speak for themselves. The penalty was massive pressure. I know it's Southampton, but if he misses that, a 2-2 draw, you are kind of playing with fire a little bit with City. Can City get any worse? I mean, eventually City will start winning games again. Whether it's enough to win the Premier League title, we can debate that. But Liverpool can't let a 2-2 draw in. And a couple of years ago, Arsenal drew 2-2 when they had a great opportunity to win the Premier League title from Man City, who were sleeping at that point as well. This Liverpool side get over the line and they win 3-2. It's a great penalty. And I think the squad rotation worked for Arne Slot today. I know the international break's not always ideal for anyone, but he only used 3 subs, and the Endo doesn't really count right at the end. Diaz comes on, puts decent pressure as well, and Alexis McAllister, but he's able to get Curtis Jones in there. He's able to get Connor Bradley. I thought Connor Bradley was absolutely exceptional in the game today. Stretched the back line for Southampton. He's got great athleticism. He's actually got a great eye for a pass as well. He's not really an understudy to Trent. He's arguably good enough to be starting right back as well as Trent. So they've got 2 great options at right back, Liverpool. That really can't be mistaken. Let's just talk about where it leaves Liverpool in the Premier League title race. They've got the best mentality. They've got the most points. They've got the most momentum. They've got 5 world-class players on form. I'd say the back 2 in terms of Van Dijk, Konate. You could throw in Trent there potentially as well. When Alisson comes back, Curtis Jones operating at a fantastic level, Gravenberch, Salah, and then we can debate the likes of Gakpo, who's not having a bad season either, Diaz, Nunes, even Dominic Szoboszlai, who hasn't been trusted to start these kind of Premier League games for a while. The Liverpool squad are all purring, they're all connecting, and they're all getting 3 points. If this was a draw, trust me, it's a different narrative today. You can't afford to be lax. You have to maximise any mistake that Man City make. That's the only way you're going to win the Premier League title. And you have to win this kind of game, particularly against Southampton, particularly against a side that almost want to give you goals like it's a charity match. I mean, it's absolutely embarrassing. It really is. On current form, if Liverpool they bring Trent back into the side, I'm not sure how injured he is. Alexis McAllister maybe comes in, or Curtis Jones. It could be either one of them. Maybe Curtis Jones is the kind of number 10-ish position. With this current form and then Diaz on the left, they're going to annihilate Manchester City. These are the facts at the moment. The best that City can hope for is a kind of bored draw that maybe Liverpool get a little bit nervous about the opportunity. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think Liverpool will steamroller Man City. It's very, very worrying that you have to play Liverpool at this time in the season because they look very, very good. They have to capitalise right now. They have to do it right now. There will be injuries or there will be a dip in form. The Champions League and the FA Cup games in January and February can really take a toll. But Liverpool need a cushion of 10, 11 points. It was never a cushion that Arsenal could ever quite get. It was always 5 or 6 points, it felt. And this Liverpool side are building momentum. If they beat Manchester City, it's the final nail in the coffin. It really is. Because then it becomes 11 points. I mean, 11 points is outrageous. And don't forget, the critical thing as we wrap up the video as well. Whatever you say about Arsenal, who looked good on the weekend as well against Nottingham Forest, I'll break down their performance tomorrow on the channel, so make sure you subscribe. The crucial difference is, if you take away Manchester City from the Premier League title race, there's only one side in the league that knows how to win the league in the last 7 years, and the players are still playing. Salah, Alisson, Trent, Curtis Jones, all these guys, Van Dijk, Robertson, they're all part of the setup still. They all know what it means to get a 99-point season. They're not going to get 99 points necessarily a season, but it might be a bigger achievement what Liverpool do so far. They're playing outrageous football with a brand new manager, and crucially, the fans are in the stadium to potentially see Liverpool win a Premier League title. Disturbing signs for many rival fans, but this Liverpool side don't seem like they're going to stop, even when Southampton showed a little bit of fight back and no debate, quality. Liverpool got over the line. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Would really appreciate it. I'll see you very, very soon.